Hello and welcome to the recap of week 1 of the creatively named Jump Cup. I'm gonna try and go over a bit about what happened during it, the results, and a few opinions about it. But yeah, before that, if you have no clue what Jump Cup is, because I haven't really kept up with the game recently, let's just do a quick recap. So Jump Cup gonna take place over 5 weeks. Every week we pick one map, we try and compete, you can get the best times on. Whoever get the best time gets the most score for that week, and so you collect the score for the 5 weeks, and whoever had the most points in the end wins. So very simple format. We all try to choose easy maps so as many people as possible and have a chance to play the maps. But yes, if you want to know more about it, you can also check out the website now, because you haven't seen anything. When you have a new website, UTMmaps.com, you can see here. And after, I don't know how many years it is since UTM died, but finally we have this, so great job for this. And you can see a bit more here, we have the Junkat format. But yes, for the first map, we chose to randomly select one map from a pool of easy maps in general. And Cardan, or however now this would be pronounced, got picked as the first week. And since the multipath map, we chose one of the two easy paths on this, so the night path was chosen. This map was made by Blind Blake, whose popularity as mapper may have dropped a bit because of this, because yeah, this map was good for 9 jumps, and then jump 10 is absolute trash. Yeah, it's 10 jumps, normal stamina, so a normal map, but yeah, jump 10, incredibly annoying. It has a relatively easy way. It's still a bit hard, as to what's shown by some of the people who struggle a lot with just that jump. But if you want to do that fast, you have to do some really cancerous and annoying strats, which makes it a bit of a just pray to get to jump 10 at a decent and don't fail jump 10. But overall, probably was a fun week, at least for me it was really fun still, even if jump 10 was annoying as a fact. But yeah, let's go to the result. I think, yeah, alright, before that, let's just say that the world record before the start of this week was 2 minutes and 55 seconds by Albans. At winning time, we have at the top Sheard with a 2 minute 32 seconds and Sana at 20 milliseconds. So, huge improvement, and GG's for winning. Second place was Stupz with the half a second behind, and third place Killer, who have another second behind about. So yes, and we scroll down a bit more. We have the top 10 people actually go below the previous world record. So this really shows how much time and yeah, both the routing improvements and how much people actually put in improving this map and running this. So yeah, really nice time. And you can also see there's quite a bit of gap. The top 3 people probably you could expect from that. Maybe you can expect Clero to perform among there if he put the time into it, but I don't think he put too much time into it. So yeah. Yeah, there are definitely others who could compete on this, but among the people who did put more time into this, definitely top 3 expected. But yeah, as I said, want to play in 10 seconds behind, so took 5th with, yeah, managed to clash out the run with less than 1 hour in front. And yeah, kind of the expected people, but yeah, one thing that's really nice is that we have the 23 people joining and putting a time on the event during the event timer, which is really nice to see, and especially nice to see so many frag players actually joining in and competing here. And also, I want to give a special shout out to a really clutch run, which may have been last place, but it's still probably the most clutch run of all the runs by 1312, which has almost 3 runs, which can be incredibly draining, and immense clutch out and complete the run with less than 5 minutes left of the event timer. So yeah, that's really GG's for that. And yeah, good showing for everyone. Put up and perform the run. And let's go in and try and watch some runs. Or before that, let's just go a bit about what happened during the weekend. We had the start of the day 1 when the map almost immediately broke to all world record. I think it took a few hours before all the world record got beaten. Then the next 2 days, something the world record quickly down to around a low 240. And those Stupz was the first to beat that and get a 230 time. Then Killer finally set his final time close to the end. Then Shirds set his winning time, and Stupz almost beat that time, but had a few smaller mistakes, but enough to cost him the world record and win. But yeah, let's go in and watch some rounds. And let's start up with Shirds' winning time here. So yeah, you see him do this skip take, bounce extra speed, and skip one on platforms. This also, even though the volume stair slows you down a bit, you still keep a lot of speed through the end, which means it saves time, even though it wastes more stamina. So you're gonna see an even faster time on some of the runs. Jump 2 here, you're gonna see do wall jump there, skipping that, and you can do the final wall jump there with dead stamina because it's a bit higher up and have more speed because you did wall jump instead of platform. which saves a little bit of time, both because I have speed, but also because you can keep and do a 0 stamina at the end there, and don't lose as much stamina from the ground when you hit it. Here you see a strat for going through that as fast as possible. So jump 3 is a lot about finding clean ways through. Jump 4 had a lot of different ways you can see, both from easy and pro ways. There are faster ways here, but there's also a lot of other ways you see this. That was one of the most interesting jumps to see how people do it. Jump 5, here you're gonna see skip, found by all ones here. You go through the middle, grab this, and go for ice. This skip is quite difficult, and considering the inconsistency overall in some of the strats here, especially on the last jump, which was really annoying. That skip is definitely a bit risky, but required if you want to have the absolute top times. Jump 6 here isn't too much going on. Not too much you can do here, but the key point is getting a clean entrance into this corridor here. In this particular you can actually infinite slide, which I'm quite sure is faster, but yeah, it doesn't do it here. Also jump 7, you can do this no preamp. There's these small things about skipping strats, and this map isn't too bad when there's only very small time save, because a lot of this run just come down to getting the final jump clean while still doing your decently fast before. Yeah, jump 8 had a smaller strat here. We're gonna see where they jump before the ramp instead of doing 3 wall jumps, and instead just do 2 wall jumps. So jump before that ramp, then just do 2 wall jumps. Small bit of time saves by doing these things. Jump 9 have 2 ways you can do skip. You see this version of this skip here. I'm not actually sure this is the fastest. A bit skeptical if it's faster or not, because you grab the lowest step when doing this way, while the other grab at least the second step of the ladder. And then we have the infamous jump 10 here, which is basically where the run goes to die for the most part. As you can expect for the wall rack in the winning time, this is not a failure on the jump, and you guess this real clean. And no grab, and GG's for winning the event. And for the second run, we have Stupz here with the second place, and you can see different strat we jump. But strat I found towards the end of the event, where you jump on a small edge of that and just do 2 wall jumps and keep a lot more speed throughout this section. Saves about 1 second. It's kind of strat you wouldn't do if it was anything but jump 1 or jump 2, because it's quite annoying to do and very easy to fail, but since it's so early on, you can just keep repeating it until you get it. So you're gonna see about the same strat for some of the early jumps, so let's just speed things up a little bit. Jump 3 is about the same. I think there's a small deviation on where you do it, but then the key is about. And jump 4 also the same here. And yeah, jump 5, you're gonna see him do the same skip, Shirds. Though let's go with the normal jump. As you're gonna see here, here's one of the few mistakes Stupz had. So yeah, hit that wall, lost a bit of speed, and also wasted about 24 stamina because it slided instead of jumped here. So yeah, definitely cost a bit of time there doing that. Yeah, let's speed things up a bit again. Just not too much going on here. He jumps this corridor instead of infinite sliding 2, and still does this with 1 preamp. And yeah, let's just watch this end here too. So the same strat for jump 9, not too much going on here. You can see he grabs a bit, or is a bit closer to grabbing the second ledge on that ladder, so maybe you can get the second ledge grab. But yeah, haven't seen that in the demo, so if you can get a second, that probably saves time. Otherwise, I think that it could be faster. I could be wrong, but yeah, I see jump 10 here, and it's definitely about the scariest here. And as you said, it's a bit scary and very easy to make small mistakes, and just that grab costing the world record. If you got this no grab end, that would have been a world record, so yeah. That's how annoying jump 10 can be. But yeah, GG's too. And for the third run here, by the killer's third place run, you're gonna see him do the same start strat as she does with the 3 wall jumps, though a bit different when they're landing. There, just small differences. In general, killer does a lot of the quite simple, the old strat for what was kind of the default among the top players. Though a few more strats got found at the end, so yeah. He doesn't do the extra wall jump here, so loses a tiny bit of time, but jump 2. Yeah, jump 3 is about the same, maybe minor differences with here how to do the start of the wall jumps, but the end is the same. Jump 4, I think all the top tier jumps did exactly the same. though he does the other side just. Jump 5, you see him doesn't go for the skip instead and does this jump the intended way. We're definitely losing a bit of time, and considering how close he still is, it's quite impressive because I'm quite sure this skip saves 3-4 seconds at least, and he's there less than 2 seconds behind, so I could be wrong, I haven't timed any strats. But yeah, jump 6 and 7 again, quite nothing too interesting in them going on, so. Though you can see him going for the infinite slide here instead. You can keep over 5, and I think 540 speed the max you can get for the infinite slide, and a corridor of that length, I'm quite sure that's a lot faster. The longer corridor would be the more you would gain from just jumping it, because then you can build higher speeds, but since you don't have to wait so much for doing infinite sliding, I'm quite sure it saves time on a corridor of that length. But yeah, let's go with a bit faster again. And then we have this jump 9 skip. It's the same version of the skip except just on the other side. And then we come up to jump 10, which is a bit of an interesting strat killer found. And definitely a bit fast, which may gain back a bit of the time. Because he doesn't go for many of the fast strats you see on the other, so just a general clean run here. With this quite scary strat to go for. I wouldn't want to go for this strat in the end, as you can see here. You go for the perfect amount of stamina for a dead wall lamp and get a grab, though you can't even get a no grab or hard, so that would save quite a bit of time and definitely be a very scary strat to go for in the run. And for the final run that we're gonna watch here is my own run. It's using this to showcase some different strats you can go for. Some have been seen before, I'm gonna fast forward them probably, but yeah, I do go for quite a bit different strats. Some faster, some slower, some maybe the same, hard to say. But yeah, just to showcase a bit of a different way you can approach this map. But one thing to go for first, just mention, I didn't save my demo, did a mistake, so yeah, I had to go for a server recorded demo, and you're gonna see it looks absolutely trash starting like this. I already have a bunch of speed, so yeah, always save your demos for, especially if you get a world record in a PB, always local record and save that demo. So yeah, remember that, and let's watch this. So the first jump, I go for my skip I found here. Do mess up this a bit here, as you're gonna see. I lose a bunch of speed when I missed the move up there, so I have to walk a bit. This small walk, definitely lose a bit of time here. Jump 2 also has some mistakes, so yeah, let's speed this up. Just small mistakes here, as you can see. Definitely loses some time. Oh, wrong time scale, but yeah, here's jump 3. I go for a quite different approach. I do believe this is quite a bit slower, but still quite fast. So slide on the first platform and then try to get it. The issue with my strat is I get for slower speed for the end corridor, yes, but here you're gonna see a different strat jump 4, and this is probably a bit faster. There isn't even fast strat because I do the 3 wall lamps here because I need the consistency because I was so close to the end of the run. You can go use that icing, go directly to the mid platform and skip 3 of the wall lamps. That would save a bit of time. And you here see a partial skip of jump 5 where you just jump to the middle platform and go from here. Doesn't save as much time, but a lot easier, so definitely solid strat to go for. If you don't feel like grinding out that full skip, or can't do it because it's not easy to do at all. But yeah, let's speed things up a bit, because yeah, there's not too much going on these next 2 jumps. Yeah, I do the infinite slide too. Didn't get too much speed. 466 speed is not the best for an infinite slide, though it's not the worst either. Alright, here is jump 8. I mess up this corridor movement quite a lot and instead try to do a slow walk up here to recover a little bit, but still very bad corridor movement, which is also another thing to definitely think about if you want to improve times. But yeah, you see I do the intended way there of 3 wall jumps. I found it a bit more consistent, not too much worse. And here you see the normal way of this skip, I would say. I think most people did this skip version. Maybe it's slower, maybe it's faster, don't know. And yeah, then we have jump 10. I go for a lot safer strat here. I begin with 1 wall jump, which is basically to not lose as much time as if I would have done 2 wallers and get stuck on that pillar there. Then I do the combo for this first step just, and for consistency's sake, I just didn't go for the combo on the last. Take a safe friend. Yeah, that's about it for the watching the demos, I think. Definitely a fun event. The map is probably gonna remember for Jump 10, which it was quite bad, but it still was very fun, and I definitely do agree with picking a random map. Even if there are some faults with the maps, it's really fun still to try and figure out the map and find these faults. Maybe there's maps with too big problem, and I don't think this map should, or rather this path of the map should be in the map pool maybe for the future, but I do think square path doesn't have the same issue. There was the minor issue where you can get stuck on the seams of the walls too with bugs, which feels random, but yeah, that issue is probably gonna find on majority of the maps that have any kind of design because people didn't think about seam stack or didn't even know about what it was in the past. So overall, I think it's a good event and fun. We definitely want to see this continue on. So, and I especially want to say big thanks to everyone who participated and GG's.